This journey of exploration, of going off in search of some sort of meaning, is actually a pretty lonely one. My friends, my family, no one really resonated with me on this level. And so I had to go look for strangers.
Everyone who's come today has come with the mind that we are going to be open to different sorts of people coming through these doors.
Just plant yourself wherever you feel comfortable, and then we'll take the conversation from there.
If you find something that fills you up, if you find something that you're really happy to do, very often it will lead to something that is bigger than yourself. I'm Jin Shaun. I'm 46. I started Stranger Conversations at the end of 2021. If you asked me, 5 years ago, you're going to be a community builder, okay? You're going to run a public living room. It was definitely not on my plans at all. But once you start walking on the journey, allowing one thing to lead to another, it starts to change you. It starts to give you a lot more clarity about what you want to do.
So I guess it's a song about love and loss and a little bit of death as well. Yeah, I was reflecting on a friend's dad who had passed away, as well as my cousin who passed away last year.
People come here and they really open up, and I get to know someone pretty well and deeply within 45 minutes of chatting. I think that's really precious.
I've been broken, I've been bruised, I've been hurt and I'm confused. This ache in my chest, it won't go away.
Joining the Stranger Gathering in 2023 was part of my 2023 experiment to just do things that would either scare me or bore me. So one thing led to another. Now I'm a community builder. In 1 year alone, we've hosted about 250 activities from people of all walks of life, all seasons.
We'd like you to see this as a spectrum, right? So one end is strongly agree, vertically standing, and I am at strongly disagree. So read a statement and then you just use your feet, hence it's called answer with your feet, and then just plant yourself wherever you feel comfortable, and then we'll take the conversation from there.
Soil is dirty.
Okay. Yeah. Please add, Cheryl.
It's quite interesting that the root word of dirty is dirt.
Yes.
Right? And where does that even come from?
What are you thinking?
Yeah, I guess that instinctive human need to divide things into good and bad, depending on our preferences of what we like to be close to.
I like the questions they're bringing up.
Yeah.
They're having these kind of spaces you can socialize in a way that is outside, I guess, those more professional, more educational settings. It's really valuable because I think the conversations you have can be a bit less transactional as well. You can feel free to ask, and not just ask, but probe even deeper. We will put down the camera there, then after that we'll have to find a hiding spot so we aren't in the picture. Yeah, then we have to, take a picture and all over the island. Yeah.
Yeah, and the reason why we do this is because on the islands you really don't get much information about the history. The very first event that I attended at Stranger Convos, it was actually about a guy who was trying to document the kampong that his family used to live in. I was surprised that young people are interested in histories that we don't have direct contact with. And I have attended so many conferences, even organized some of my own, and I felt like they're very formal, very stuffy. So I wanted a space where people could share their ideas and their own personal research plans, or anything they're passionate about in a super informal, casual setting. And I thought Stranger Conversations was the perfect place for that. Jen asked me actually, what would make you feel like your event was successful? And for me, it's honestly, if you get to talk to someone you haven't talked to before in that same evening, and if you get to learn something new. Singaporeans have a lot to share. We have a lot of things that we're secretly interested in, but maybe we're paiseh or we're shy to share about them. And people always say Singapore is a boring place, and I think I've made it a bit of my life mission to dispel that. So we know them as St. John's and Lazarus, but of course they have names that were used before. So for St. John's, it would be Pulau Sekijang Bendera. Bendera is a flag. There are interesting people, interesting stories, and I think we just need like the right spaces to bring that out. And I feel like a community space that is a third space is very apt in bringing that out of people.
This is the culture of openness and exploration that we're trying to hold space for here, for people from all walks of life to come and chat about the things that they really want to chat about, that they may not be able to chat about elsewhere, or like to start things that they have been thinking about for the longest time but just needed like a team or like someone to like nudge them.
My guitar, I hit a ceiling in terms of my own ability. And I was like, okay, I can only play so many chords. So yeah, I'm here again, hoping to find that spark.
If we can hold the doors open for those who have not been able to express themselves, or maybe for them it's the first time they hear themselves express the thoughts that they've been holding out loud.
Back to the ground, spin around. The rain is falling, but no one's coming. We're gonna drown if I'm not found. Stuck in this shell, I better rock myself over. Better rock myself.
You are creating a different network of sorts, like a community that can actually be called upon when you need support.
I'll do this session anywhere, but I think it's really meaningful to do it in a space like Stranger Conversations, which is about like bringing strangers together and having conversations. In our case, it's like through music, right? And also not just that.
We really need a space like that that normalizes going into the unknown, that normalizes taking a break for yourself, so that when people ask you like, oh, what are you doing on your break, right? You don't feel like the pressure to like make up something productive. Oh, I'm taking this course, I'm looking for jobs or whatever. Yeah, actually, I'm just figuring it out. Many people may not believe that it can be done. By it, meaning going off the beaten path in search of some sort of personal fulfillment. Or they believe that it's a privilege and I shouldn't be talking about fulfillment. It's almost a slight sense of guilt for like indulging in yourself. But I don't think it's indulgence. If you find something that fills you up, if you find something that you're really happy to do, very often it will lead to something that is bigger than yourself.
We have 2 coral species that are considered endangered by 1994. And since 1960s, they are not observed anymore. But there's still hope, because why every time you go diving, you also find new things.
I've grown a lot on this journey of turning Stranger Conversations from like a personal question, what else is there to life? And if I go off the conventional path in search of fulfillment, can or not? Is there something at the end of it? All the way into this community that you see today. For the last 2 years, so I have been full-time into Stranger Conversations. So I've been living off my savings, but I see it as, in a way, like the startup period, where we're still trying to figure out what is authentic to us. And so I don't want to too quickly sort of jump into something very transactional or very commercial. Financial sustainability is on my mind, but if the space supports itself, doesn't support me, I think it's okay. So I can devote a certain percentage of my time to this, and then for the rest of my time, I can find other ways to make a living. And that's perfectly okay.
We'll just keep powering it for as long as we can. And maybe someone else who is time-rich and also in a season of exploration, they can pitch in and help, and whole of society effort can happen. I don't know what the form will look like next, but I hope that that spirit of being open to learn from a stranger, to talk to a stranger, is maintained. Dear Singapore, the grass is green where you water it.
A life well lived isn't to be found, it's practiced.